Hello everyone, it's Jasmine here with your monthly market update for beautiful Douglas County, Colorado. Whether you're a potential buyer, a seller, or just keeping an eye on market trends, I'm here to give you the latest insights. Today we're looking at October data and specifically what those numbers or trends mean for you. So let's start with one of the big numbers, days on market. For homes listed in October, we saw a median of 20 days. So what does this mean? Well, essentially it means that homes are moving fairly quickly, though just a little bit slower than those peak summer months. And while 20 days can feel like a long time if you're a seller or ready to move, keep perspective. Overall, this is still a very competitive market. There's just a little bit more breathing room for buyers and a chance for them to take a closer look at what's available. Next, let's talk about the median sold price. In October, the median price for homes sold in Douglas County was around $700,000. That's a number that can really vary depending on the location within the county and of course the style of home. But overall, we're seeing stable prices that have in fact been hovering very near this mark for months now. This stability is excellent news for sellers as homes are very much holding their value. And the same is true for buyers as it indicates you're making a solid investment. Also of note is that when compared to the same median number for the Metro MLS, which is $566,000, you can see that Douglas County is significantly higher. This is just important information to have when beginning your search and certainly when budgeting for this area. Now let's dive into the list to sold ratio, a key figure for both buyers and sellers. This month we're looking at 100%, which means that homes are selling very typically right at their asking or list prices. And for a frame of reference, this number has been consistently hovering at this high 98, 99%, or 100% for many, many months. This simply confirms that houses priced accurately are selling for their list price. As always though, if you're a seller, it's important to price your home competitively to attract the right offers, as this number does not take into account any pricing adjustments from the original list price. Finally, let's look at the month's supply of inventory, which reflects how many months it would take to sell all the current listings at the current sales pace. In October, Douglas County had about 2.7 months of inventory, which is considered a seller's market. A balanced market is typically around the 4 to 6 months, with a lower number typically signifying a seller's market and a higher number indicating a buyer's market. This is sort of interesting though, because while the numbers here indicate seller's market and prices support this steady and consistent values, it feels like buyers have more power than the numbers might reflect. Now for interest rates. As has been the case for many months, this is a hot topic. There has been a lot of chatter about a projected decrease in rates, the effects of the election on interest rates, and generally just a whole lot of noise. But we are currently seeing rates around the sixes. While I'm not an economist or a mortgage expert, I do know that there are many factors that contributed to those historic lows we saw a few years ago, and lots of reasons why I don't think we should be expecting to see those again, or anytime soon. But as always, just remember the phrase that maybe you've heard a lot, which is date the rate and marry the home. Owning real estate is a long game. So if you have questions about what the rates are specifically, or you're not yet pre-qualified, I cannot stress enough how important it is to work with a knowledgeable and trustworthy lender. They will know all of the best options for you and your individual situation, and they'll help you get into a product and terms that really work for you. And if you do not have a lender that you love and you trust, let me know, because I work with the best and I will give you my recommendations. So there you have it, a snapshot of the October market here in Douglas County. But you're probably wondering, what does all of this mean for me? Well, I think it's even more important than ever to have a realistic expectation and basic understanding of our current market. Talk to a trusted and knowledgeable agent about the trends in your area, your home's current value, what is average days on market, and what you can expect as a seller. And make sure that your realtor is familiar with this market, specifically about pricing strategy, because we are seeing a lot of price adjustments within our current market, and that is simply a reminder that the market is supporting a strong level of activity, but there is no indication that an overpriced home will sell. And as a buyer, make sure you're pre-approved with a budget that feels comfortable, and then be realistic about your offering power and your bottom line. Ultimately, look at homes that are very within your budget so that you aren't wasting anyone's time. And while there isn't a need to offer before you leave the property, this sort of frenzy that we saw a few years back, if you're interested, be prepared to make an offer quickly because homes that are priced appropriately are selling. Finally, I just want to impress upon you that I don't think there is such thing as the perfect time to buy or sell. There are going to be pros and cons to each market, and each transaction is really different. The last few months have been some of my busiest ever, and I say that just to express that even though the interest rates are higher than what people might be hoping for, and we just saw the normal lull of an election year, and there are lots of people that are complaining about the market, I have buyers and sellers successfully making moves, which means that no matter what's going on around us, people still need or want to buy or sell homes. So if you're curious about what options you might have, your home's value, or what your best strategy is maybe as a buyer, let's just chat more about what I'm seeing and what we could do or plan, a strategy we could put in place that would serve you best. My contact information is below, and I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, feel free to check out my other videos, like and subscribe to my channel, maybe check out my website. And I will see you next month with an updated monthly report.